There's really nothing that special about a lot of the people online.
Why do you think, or what's the number one reason why people are not going after that potential?
I think they really underestimate themselves. They think they're not as special as the creators they see online. Chances are you already have everything you need. Parang the barrier to entry is lower and lower and lower. Minsan the mindset na lang is what's stopping a lot of people.
Ano sa tingin mo yung nagbo-block sa kanila from showing up?
People are afraid to be perceived. Parang, in the moment when they're watching you, maybe they're thinking about you. But then after nun, makakalimutan ka rin naman. And it's nice na, oh, I'm not that important. Because it's hard to be content with this job. I think instead of adjusting the goals and never being enough, I think it's more about what's gonna be the most sustainable, happy way I can do this job while giving value without lying to myself.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I am your host. And sorry, natatawa ako kasi I remember saying those exact words as my intro nung time that I invited this guest over back in the pandemic. So I am super excited for today because today we have a guest that I knew simula nung nagsimula akong mag-TikTok, na-meet niya rin yung wife ko, yung partner ko, separately, hindi pa kami nun, and friend niya rin siya from TikTok. But you know her because she has an amazing journey online na talagang nasubaybayan din ng mga tao. But this person that I have right now is someone that is really inspirational. That is my inspiration, of course, also when it comes to communication, when it comes to becoming confident and in terms of content creation. So I'm just super excited to welcome back on the show, Ayin. Ayin, thank you so much.
Thank you, Alec. Alam mo, nakalimutan ko actually na we already did small talk way back. Oh my gosh. It's been a long time. Full circle.
I know. And thank you so much for saying yes again. Kahit na hindi mo naalala na nag-guess ka na.
Sorry. Alam mo naman, yung pandemic, para siyang fever dream.
Totoo.
Alam mo yun, Zoom tayo lahat.
I had two guests that said also na, nag-guess na ba ako sa'yo? Sabi ko, yes po, sa pandemic. Ganon.
Feeling ko kasi lahat ng chika natin in person. But I guess Zoom.
Yeah.
There was a Zoom,
Zoom face of our lives. But anyway, again, super grateful and super honored to have you here.
Thank you.
One thing that I'm just gonna dive right into it because one thing that I'm seeing from you right now is you're doing a lot of content that is new to me, but for me it's really interesting because there's so many versions of Ayin that we've seen online. But right now, what I'm seeing is someone who's also teaching and sharing about content creation. Now, my question is, with the fact that sobrang dami nang nangyari sa buhay mo, but now you're kind of like anchoring or going back to content creation. Like, what's that journey all about? Paano ka ulit napunta dito sa space na, hey, you just want to talk about content creation?
Yeah. Actually, I remember the first time I thought about this. It was 2016, I think, a few months into content creation. And I remember this because I made a video about, I reached 1,000 followers on YouTube in 6 weeks. And then I was telling my dad about this na parang, I want to eventually tell people how I was able to do this. Kasi again, like when I was starting out, getting to 1,000 followers was huge. And parang in those 6 weeks na parang nag-lock in ako, I was like, oh, kaya pala. And then I was telling my dad na, one day I want to tell people how I did it, ganyan. But then there was a big part of me that was like, well, am I even qualified? What are my credentials, diba, to teach anything? So then when I was thinking about, okay, where do I want to go from here? Because I've been doing all sorts of things online, diba? Like I have been teacher Ayin, nagtuturo ako ng English. I've been a travel vlogger back when I was based abroad. I've been a morena advocate. I still am, but before talagang beauty ako. Nag-beauty queen ako. So parang it was a lot of different things. And now, parang iniisip ko, okay, it's been 10 years since I started social media. This is like
crazy.
My 10th year actually. And I was like, I think going back dun sa sinabi ko sa dad ko way back. Parang, I think at this point, ida-doubt ko pa ba yung credentials ko? Because I've been living this,
Yeah.
this is the dream for me. I've always wanted to be a full-time content creator. And ngayon na nagagawa ko na siya, I've been doing it for 5 years. I think it's time na I just talk about it freely. I actually didn't set out on really teaching. Parang gusto ko lang i-share,
Yeah.
especially with my friends who wanna start doing TikTok or my friends who wanna promote their brand more, mga founder friends ko. So then I was like, share ko na lang sa lahat. So then I started, making those posts, I think late last year when I started doing mga carousel, mga random lang. This is what I would do if I wanted to become a full-time creator in 2026, ganyan. And then from there, I started thinking, why don't I just go all in and really just pigain ko yung sarili ko kung ano ba talagang alam ko about this industry. And hopefully, a lot more people will understand na it's a doable career. Na you can work towards it and it's something that you can really learn. So, ayun, parang na-excite lang ako. And I'm sure you know that feeling na parang you want people to understand that this is possible.
Yeah. And again, the contents are amazing. I really like it. I consider myself as your target market. Because for me, I'm like super torn, right? I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur, but also I'm this creator. I started as a creator. Before I learned business and sales and all of those things, like I started as a creator. And then a part of me really just wants to create for the sake of creating, but also monetize that side. And that's why when I'm seeing your content, I'm really reading it. Talagang ako rin natututo ako from seeing it. So thank you. I'm really looking forward for the other contents that you're gonna post. But one question that I do have is, kasi now that you're also teaching it to your founder friends and all, my question is for you: do you believe that anyone can be a creator?
I think so, yes. But like the most important thing is gustuhin mo talaga. Because there are people who say gusto nila maging content creator, but then they don't want to face the camera. They don't want to vlog everything. They're out, I don't want to do this. It can't be conditional. If you want to be a full-time, and when I say full-time content creator, I mean somebody whose day job is content creation. Kasi if you just want to be a creator, you vlog for the purpose of creating lang, then absolutely anybody can do it. But if you want this to be your everything, to be your job, if you want to quit your 9 to 5 and make this your business, then it's something that you want to do. Yeah. And if you want to do it, I believe that everything else can be learned.
Yeah. And like if someone is listening to this and they say, na, okay, let me look into that. Because I want to create content. I have my full-time job. How do you transition your mindset into like seeing, let's say, may nakausap ka na friend na parang, ay, nakikita ko nga yan, parang pwede nga kumita sa content. How would you really tell them or show them that, hey, there's this whole possibility here? Like, what's the biggest possibility or the biggest opportunity there is for someone who's gonna be a content creator?
Siguro sa akin, I like to show people real life examples of success stories. Like, yung mga pinapanood mong content creators, yung mga idol mo na pinapanood mo, and you think to yourself, sana all. That can literally be you. Yeah. Do you really want it? Do you really, when you say sana all, do you mean that wholeheartedly na sana ako rin? Because if yes, it is doable. Yeah. And yun yung pinaka-mindset shift na ako rin, dun din ako nanggaling. When I was starting out, it was bloggers pa. Yun pa yung kapanahonan ng bloggers. Yung YouTube was kind of just starting out. But then I would look at all of these people na ang trabaho nila is magpicture ng suot nila, bibili ng haul, and they would make money back. And I kept thinking to myself, if may mga tao out there who are able to do this, why not me? Bakit hindi ako? And even more so today in 2026, before kasi kailangan mo pa ng camera, kailangan mo ng, diba, digital camera, ng laptop. Ngayon, you do it from your phone. If you can watch this episode, if you can listen to this, chances are you already have everything you need to make this a career. Parang the barrier to entry is lower and lower and lower. And I think at this point, minsan the mindset na lang is what's stopping a lot of people. And it's just crazy to me because ang dami ko nakikitang tao na sobrang interesting ng ginagawa, sobrang interesting ng personality, sobrang vibrant. And I'm like, you're a star. Why don't people know this? You know, but again, I also understand that not everybody wants to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
But if you do, just do it.
Yeah.
Yun talaga eh. Pag ginusto mo, gawin mo. Kasi, yung potential talaga. Parang, you know how there are people who can see aura. Parang nakikita nila yung aura ng mga tao na, oh, ikaw purple, ikaw red, ikaw yellow. Ako, parang when I see people, I'm like, oh, I see the potential of like, I'm like, alam mo ba to? Did you know yung potential mo na ganito? And if alam mo, would you act on it? And it's just something that really blows my mind because I'm like, can really change your life. Like, it will really change your life.
Yeah, I mean, you have a very special gift there. I think Yanni mentioned this backstage na ikaw yung nag-push sa kanya na mag-open ng TikTok.
Yeah.
So, kaya dahil doon ko siya na-meet and ngayon nasawa ko na siya. So
that's crazy. I wish I hosted your wedding.
Yeah. But that's the thing though. Like you see people's potential in terms of doing that. Now, kasi the thing is, I think a lot of people has potential and you're seeing that. And you're seeing it from them as well. Pero ang tanong ko is, why do you think, or what's the number one reason why people are not going after that potential?
I think they really underestimate themselves. They think they're not as special as the creators they see online. But that's the thing. There's really nothing that special about a lot of the people online. We're just normal people who happen to have the audacity to assume na there's something worthy of sharing. So parang I wish people knew that na syempre kasi content online, it's packaged a certain way, 'di ba? You think, okay, in order for me to be a beauty content creator, I have to have the latest releases. I have to buy this thing in order to create makasabay sa trends, ganyan. But then it's really about your unique perspective. And everybody has that. Everybody has that unique perspective. Even if you really do a deep dive on the successful creators in the Philippines, abroad, you'd see that there is a very diverse set of backgrounds na iba-iba eh. Yung iba dyan funny, naturally funny. And then they've built their careers because they're funny.
Yeah.
Ang puhunan lang nila, their humor, diba? It wasn't even the haul, it wasn't the makeup, ganyan. And then there are other people who have successfully built careers sa kaartehan nila.
Yeah.
And diba, wouldn't you want that
Oh
as
my
well?
gosh,
Kung ito
yeah.
yung passion mo, diba? And then there are people, like even sa YouTube, for example, introverts. There's a channel that I love to go to pagka hindi ko nga alam yung channel. I click it lang eh. And nasa subscribe list ko. But it's a YouTuber who does like home vlogs, but everything is silent. Everything is ASMR. She doesn't talk. Lahat ng storytelling niya nasa subtitle. And I watch it. And I'm like, I can sit for 20 minutes just watching this girl cook her kimchi rice. And it's, again, iba siya ng personality. I have nothing, like parang I have no idea kung ano yung trabaho niya, kung ano yung status ng pamilya nila. All I know is that she wakes up at 6 a.m. and makes herself breakfast, and that's what I want to watch, you know? And she's doing well. So parang just the diversity of creators out there makes me really believe na there is an audience for everybody. Again, as long as gusto mo, there is a way to do it.
Yeah. I personally agree on that. That meron kang audience dyan. There's someone out there that can resonate with you. You just gotta put, I think the word that you mentioned was audacity.
Yeah.
You need to have that audacity to show up for yourself. Like, now I'm curious, why do you think people are not showing up? Like, what's that fear, or where's the fear coming from? Ano sa tingin mo yung nagbo-block sa kanila from showing up?
I hear, especially with Gen Z, I see this in my comments a lot. Like, people are afraid to be perceived. And it's scary, People will see you, have an opinion of you. People will be will have access to judge you. People will have access to you as a person. Kasi it really is not a normal thing. Because if you think about it, diba? If you go on with your normal life, hindi naman lahat ng tao sa buong mundo may access sa'yo. You have the protection of the offline world. And that's great. So I would say that is a very valid fear. And some days, like actually a lot of the days, I still have that fear na parang, oh my gosh, if I post this, then everybody's gonna know, everybody's gonna... But then again, parang ako inisip ko, if I weigh the pros and cons of yung fear ko of being perceived versus yung potential ko of building a career online, like what matters more? And then I just have to choose now. Okay, I'm choosing my potential today.
Yeah.
And, trying to overcome that fear day by day and parang reminding myself now, okay, maybe this is not as big as it feels like. Because sometimes it really feels so big in your head na, oh no, alam mo yun?
Yeah.
But people don't really think about you that much, I think.
Yeah.
Parang, in the moment when they're watching you, maybe they're thinking about you. But then after nun, makakalimutan ka rin naman. And it's nice na, oh, I'm not that important. Yeah, it's like, girl, it's not that deep. You're not that important. Just do it. Just post your video. And that's something I like to tell myself kasi parang, wala silang pakit sa'yo, Ayin.
I think that's, it's a refreshing kind of tactic or hack to hack your brain to like just do it.
Yeah.
Kasi, funny, kasi parang ako din, naiisip ko rin yan na if i-post ko to, maybe mag-viral, maybe hindi. But at the end of the day, 3 days from now, people will find another video. They don't care that much. So, put it out there.
Yeah.
At least for the 1 minute na manood sila, you connected to them, you made an impact.
Yeah.
So, yun din yung sinasabi ko na, okay. And it really makes sense na if I tell myself that no one cares that you that much, it shifts my perspective na I'm not just doing it for the validation. Like I'm doing it for my own growth.
Yeah.
Right? Na I want to see myself na nag-grow sa content ko na okay, dati ito lang, ito ngayon gito naman. Anyway, small tweaks. But sige, yeah.
It's just so funny though because syempre, diba, as creators, our goal is to really get the views and get it out there, get the videos out there. But then the moment we hit a level of virality, we're like, oh no. Like parang may takot rin na parang, oh no. Wala na siya sa safe space ko. Tapos makikita na siya ng tao na hindi gets kung saan ako nanggagaling. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, delikado na to. Parang, it's weird. It's like you wanna go places, but then at the same time, you're scared na once you're out of your comfort zone, everybody, it's like, kahit sino na may access sa'yo. So it's a weird
kind of dilemma, di ba? Parang kami ni Yani, we had this conversation, I think 2 days ago, na sabi niya, gusto ko na talagang like sumikat or gusto ko nang lumaki sa YouTube, ganyan. Sabi ko, gaano kasikat?
Yes. Because it comes with its pros and cons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're ako for I think for most of us na accidental na talaga ako for me accidentally nag-grow din ako bigla on TikTok nung pandemic.
Yeah.
And then a lot I didn't know the responsibility that came with it na okay, people are gonna have access to that to those parts of my life. Tapos nung tinanong ko yun kay Yani na sige gaano kasikat, sabi niya oo nga na parang I need to
what does that mean?
What does that mean? Kasi parang gaano kasikat, like for example kung niya heart evangelista ka, anywhere you go wala na, meron ng camera na nakatutok sa'yo, ganyan. So for you, like have you asked yourself that question na parang do you have limits to it? Na parang, okay, hanggang ganito kasikat lang yung gusto ko.
Yeah. Alam mo, sobra. That is definitely, especially as
kasi
a planner,
Also, sorry, nag-beauty queen ka din. So parang, lights, camera, talagang, lot of people.
Alam mo yun nga eh. Actually, when I think about the days na oh my gosh, sumali ako Miss Universe Philippines, that was 2021. And ano pa yun, I think that was a little, how do I say this? Parang medyo na kalmahan pa yon because pandemic so nobody was out, we were in a bubble, so I didn't really feel it in the sense na, oh, I'm in MOA Arena, people are screaming my name, diba? Kasi wala kaming audience when it was fine. But what I realized was, it really comes with, like, you pay with your peace of mind. You really pay with your peace of mind. I remember, kahit anong i-post ko, kahit anong i-share ko, halimbawa, like, if I share about an instance about my skin color, ganyan. Like, I was telling a story about nung childhood ko, ganyan. It's so easy to really blow it up. Parang things can be taken out of proportion. Like, if I share something on Facebook, it's a quote. Like, there was a time nung 2021 na meron lang akong comment. That afternoon, it's a headline. I'm like, why? Like, why do you... Like, parang, I was so scared kasi parang it held so much weight. And ngayon, I realize na I'm really happy to be a creator at my level na I'm grateful I have a community na I share something that resonates with my community, and there are a few people who get it. The story means something to them. There is still impact. I feel like meron pa rin akong community na nanonood sa akin, but at the same time, I'm happy that I'm not the way I was when I was joining the pageant. Kasi it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of stress, and I felt like I had to be on all the time. Naalala ko nga kasi, and alam nyo naman yun kasi na-meet ko kayo before ako sumali, di ba?
Yeah.
There was a time na, di naman ako talaga maayos na tao. And by maayos, I mean, di ako masyado. If I film a video, I think of something, I just film it. If I think of, dati yung content ko, this is your daily reminder, ganyan. If I think of something, I just film it right then and there. But then after ko mag-pageant, I remember hindi ako makalabas ng bahay, hindi ako maka-on ng camera without false eyelashes. As in, I had to do it every single day. I always had, actually, pag binabalikan ko yung videos ko noong 2021, lagi ako naka-full glam. Sabi ko, ano nangyari? Bakit sobrang... And that was the pressure of, I had to be a beauty queen 24/7. And it was like, I don't want to live that way. Especially sustainability-wise, ayokong magkaroon ng emotional relationship with content creation na hindi ko na siya magawa if I'm not 100%. So now, I'm really content with where I'm at. Actually, yun nga yung... Diba, usually when we set our goals as creators, you want to do, next year I want to double my followers.
Yeah.
Next year my average views should be this. And I'm like, what's that gonna look like? It was good when it was happening in 2021. That was the phase or the season of my life that I wanted to be out there. But then now, it's more like, okay, I know what that feels like. Now, what do I want to do with the platform I've been given? And that's why the transition nga, na parang now I'm more talking about things I've learned in this career, things I've learned about how you can be a content creator, because I realize now that that's something that I can still share. And that's something that a lot of people can benefit from. But I don't necessarily have to be, alam mo yun, the face. It doesn't have to be about me. It can be something that I know about, but doesn't have to necessarily be about me. Siguro nasa age din. Parang trentahin, ganyan. Hindi ko na kaya talaga yung kinukwento ko lahat na nangyayari.
Yeah.
Especially now, I'm in a very stable, loving relationship na before kasi, halimbawa, if I go on a date, story time about my date or story time about the time na ganito ako sa ganyan. I had so much energy to share so many things about myself, and now I'm not there anymore. As in, nag-evolve lang rin talaga. But I think that's a good thing about content creation. Since it's you, like you are the platform, it evolves as you evolve. There are a lot of people who would be happy to do the story times like I used to be happy about, but now it's different eh. So, okay yun na nag-evolve siya with you.
I agree 100%. I love what you shared. Thank you so much for sharing that story as well. And isa sa mga parang funny na ay parang questions na naisip ko is that like you've been doing this for 10 years,
I
right?
know, crazy.
Crazy. And ngayon na parang nag-evolve ka into a different version of pain.
Yeah.
Kasi ang daming versions eh. May beauty queen, merong travel, merong beauty,
Nag-fitness pa ako last year.
fitness, like the marathons,
Oh.
right? And now doing this, ito,
Mm.
personal question ko to. Kasi for me, may fear ako na I don't want to evolve too much kasi baka mawala yung followers or fans ko. Have you
Yes.
thought about that?
I think about that all the time.
Yeah. And how do you
Syempre,
deal with that?
trabaho natin to, di ba? So, ang hirap kasi it's hard when your livelihood depends on how many people watch you and like you. It's really hard. But I try to remind myself na as long as I'm providing value, as long as I am, creating content that brings value to people, I will have an audience. If I have a smaller audience, then that's okay because it's hard to do it the other way around. For example, if we go back to my quote-unquote peak, di ba? Puro pageant ang pinapanood ng mga nag-follow sa akin because they, honestly, like a lot of people only followed me because I was Miss San Juan. I don't think a lot of yung big chunk ng audience, I don't think they follow me for anything else. So, if I was scared to leave that niche or that scene, I would continue to interview beauty queens. I would continue to talk about pageantry. Every time there's a pageant, I would review it, ganyan. And I could do that. But then, again, what I try to tell myself is this sustainable? Because the business of content creation is only as lucrative as you are happy, I think. Kailangan masaya ka eh. Kailangan, kasi you're not gonna be able to churn out content sustainably if ayaw mo na yung ginagawa mo.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's really introspective na, ano ba talaga gusto ko? Ano bang ginagawa ko ngayon na, and I've learned through the years na kahit na nag-evolve ako kung ano-anong ginagawa ko sa buhay, at the end of it all, it was always from the perspective of me, of Ayin. And that perspective is the niche. It's not fitness, it's not pageantry, it's not beauty, it's your perspective. That's the niche. And actually, this one, I got this from Bretman Rock kasi there was a panel na sa Zoom lang, sadly. I wanted to interview him in person, pero sa Zoom ko lang siya nakausap. But there was a panel about content creation. And then he was saying, excuse me, he was saying na, you are the niche. I am the niche. That's what Bretman was saying. And it's true. We've watched Bretman Rock from the time na nagme-makeup siya dun sa bahay ng mom niya. And then there was a time na, well, makeup yun talaga naalala ko. Pero now he's like, he has his chickens.
I knew him from the
kumakain siya.
chicken.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Yung chickens niya, yung mga plants niya, nag-fitness siya.
Oh my
Grabe,
gosh,
sobrang
ripped.
goal, sobrang
Oh my
ripped.
gosh.
And then ngayon, kumakain siya ng lumpia. And I'm like, I will watch everything. Not because I care about the lumpia or I care about the chickens, but it's because it's Bretman Rock.
Yeah.
Diba? So parang you want to be so in tune with who you are that you become the niche. So it follows you. And now, andito na ako sa point na, I don't really want to talk about my personal life. Yes, I will share about, my personal life in the way that matters, that will bring value. Because now, nagbago na yung question ko eh. Parang before, when I create content, it's like, is this entertaining? But now, it's become, is it educational? And I can still pull from my personal experiences, but only the ones that will be educational. So when I think about that, I'm still not really changing the niche because it's still me. It's still my unique perspective. When I talk about content creation, I'm not going to be talking about, other people. I'm not gonna do like a course of, this is content 101, how to edit, how to post. It's still from, okay, I've been doing this for 10 years. It took me 5 years to get there. And I'm going side quest. And here's what I learned. So at the end of the day, it's like, sino ka ba?
Yeah.
Ano ba yung perspective na mabibigay mo? And I think yun yung kung paano maging masaya and maging content with this job. Because it's hard to be content with this job na you keep growing and growing and growing and you want more and more and more. And I think instead of like adjusting the goals and never being enough, I think it's more about like what's gonna be the most sustainable, happy way I can do this job while giving value without, lying to myself.
Yeah. That is such a really beautiful thing na nasabi mo, and I totally agree. I think it's a huge validation on my part as well na as we continue to evolve, like as human beings, kasi mag-grow tayo eh.
Magbabago
Our
talaga.
content will also grow. Our content will also change. So I've been battling with that. I think dalawang beses. First is kasi ako I also started with like daily reminders, motivation.
Yeah, motivational
And I'm very
creator.
And guys, if you meet me in person, I'm still motivational. But then I think the dilemma came in when I started hanging out with my new friends now. I have this the coolest people in the world, like mga influencers. But sila influencers, lifestyle influencers, right? But for me, I came from like an education background. Like, I love teaching. Medyo parang, I think we also, nasa isang GC tayo na EduTalk before.
Oo nga, wala na yun ngayon, diba?
Pero educational TikTokers. And then, nung na-immerse ako sa kanila, like, shucks, they're just showing their life in a sense na...
And that is the content.
And that is the content. Sabi ko na, I think parang na-pressure ako into fitting, into molding into that. Na parang, oy, Alec, you should show your life more. Na parang, ngayon, with what you said, na parang, I can, but would I want it? Do you want? Would that make me happy? Kasi what makes me happy, ito rin yung parang conversation namin lagi ni Yani na, no, I want you to know that when I'm educating people online, that's what makes me happy. Hindi yung, okay, yes, I still share personal stuff, but the thing that really makes me happy is teaching and educating, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like if at this point in my life that would make me happy, then I can go for it, right? So thank you for sharing that.
Ang hirap din kasi wala tayong coworkers, di ba? Parang sarili-sarili tayong mundo.
And then, ngayon, naisip ko siya na kaya ganun yung mga influencer friends ko. It's because that's who they are. That's what makes them happy. So, yeah.